Hey guys, Ballatw here, back finally with another VOD review. Dreamhack Anaheim happened this last weekend, and so there was a tournament, which was nice. We haven't had one of those in a long time. Finally, we do. We're gonna watch Nanolite today. It's gonna be, unfortunately, the only real VOD review we're gonna be able to do besides some stuff from the open stage and the semifinal stage from Dreamhack, because unfortunately, all the replays that were at Dreamhack are not accessible unless you have the client, and the client has been removed from everybody's access that you had at Dreamhack. So basically just Nanolite, but it's going to be a good one regardless. He got third place. Let's go ahead and take a look at actually the breakdown of his scores. Probably the most consistent player there. He made endgame every single game, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. First game, third. Second, 43rd. This is still endgame, mind you. Don't forget, 50th, 50 people is about 5th zone in Dreamhack. 18th, another really good game. 30th, another endgame. Second, 45th, 27th. So kind of mind-numbing, especially the first couple of games. First or third and second, already off to a great start, and then just playing consistently the entire other time. You compare it against somebody like Bizzle, who did win a game. He also had very, very consistent games and made endgame except for this one game. So anyways, let's hop into it. We're gonna be taking notes today. Let me pull those up. If you want those in chat, guys, it's !note. You can follow along. I also only have the Twitch VOD because for whatever reason, I no longer can download sub-only VODs, and Nano's VOD is sub-only. So if it buffers and stuff like that, you're just gonna have to bear with me, unfortunately. That would not be there or be contested. Right.
No way. No way right now.
You never, ever want to have to fight off spawn. I think Bizzle, uncontested, probably actually pretty close to Nano. Bizzle was dropping at the house in the mountain range there. And then Savage was also uncontested, all the way down on the South Island. So, like, no matter the drop spot, this is a question obviously we get a lot.
No shield. No way.
He probably also wouldn't have gotten this, by the way, if he wasn't fast. But the question is, well, what's the best drop spot? And it's like, well, it's circumstantial, man. It's very, very circumstantial. Let's slow it down a little bit. Very, very circumstantial, especially given the lobby. What else is landing around you? What style of game you're playing, right? Dropping Lazy Lake and getting 2 kills off spawn every game is probably okay in a cash cup. But in a stack tournament like this, hell nah. So keep that in mind. It's really not applicable to cash cups. And we had the same kind of conclusion when we watched Moraine from Dreamhack Sweden. And notice how he actually doesn't like fully farm everything that he needs to. He just gets up to decent base, right? Just so that if anybody pushes him, he's good. But then from there, it's Storm Surge base. This entire base, this entire thing that he did right now is solely to try to make sure that he's safe on Storm Surge. Chill center zone, a good power position for a few tags. And the way that he uses his Storm Surge base goes up, sees, okay, this is time when people are going to rotate. It's like kind of goes in phases, right? People are going to rotate. Time to get tags. All right. Everybody who's here should be here. We're going to wait for the next zone anyways. So he goes down, knows next zone is coming. He's firing back up and ready to go and ready to find his next Storm Surge base. Also, his path doesn't have any metal. Like, pretty much at all. I think this metal right here is going to be the metal that he gets, like, from this roof and the roof above him. I think that's basically it for the entirety of this. And positionally, I really like how he kind of went to the right over here slightly, just to avoid the mass of people coming up center. But what we saw at Dreamhack was actually that, like, dead side concepts, like actually moving up in this direction and trying to get on the backside up here. Didn't really do much because there's so many people doing that the effect of it was negated. But I still like the concept, moving away, using the river to get as much distance and then start moving in. You'll see more smart rotates in the future. But yeah.
Might data surge.
There's another Storm Surge base. Sure, obviously it's a spot that you can chill, but full wood. The whole goal here is to get up and get surge. Literally the entire goal.
Nice.
So anybody he sees, he's going down and shooting. Literally anybody. But it's not like, oh, I want to get this kill. No, it's just spray. Ooh. I kind of like that little window. I think I've actually pointed that out before, so. But still. Window edit, cone. You can reset the cone fast and shoot through it. Even though you're covered when you place that edit. The freaking Super Smash noises in the background is so funny. They were really loud. But I think Nano actually had a decent headset to block it off. I don't think noise was a big issue for anybody at Dreamhack. Same thing, by the way. From that second zone surge, or the third zone surge, I should say. Goes up. It's done. He goes down. As soon as zone reveals, he's ready to roll. Completely ready to roll. I don't really want to skip these rotations. They're so good. Bladesman, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you, man. Biggest tip for someone who's not played since before chapter 2? I don't know. I don't think the time really matters. It's just Fortnite at the end of the day. Just learn your cheap tunnels. I think that's the biggest thing that we learned in chapter 2. Learn how to cheap tunnel.
I need to get lollipacks here. Anything's coming up. What is my throw?
Sheesh.
That's fair enough.
Nice. Finally get some MIG tags. And you don't have to continue after that. Especially if you're a very passive player like Nano. So. Also, notice how he already had like his rotation planned out. Even when he was still going for storm surge tags. Right? Still knows rotation path. Even when going for surge tags. Like as soon as he was done, he was out in a certain direction.
Chilling in search. Not chill.
Is playing passive the key to winning? I don't think so. I think playing passive is clearly a good style, but I think you can play semi-aggressive, right? Like I would consider Mr. Savage actually decently aggressive. And he won the tournament.
Nice. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, bro.
So, I really, really like this play that he makes against this guy. Let me actually slow it down and run it back. As soon as fifth zone shows up,
Let's fucking go.
that's basically the key for everybody. I think they should have obviously tried to be doing this earlier, but I think this is the key for everybody to decide, especially when they're shambles, how they're going to play from here. And if you're in fifth zone, you could expect definitely, you know, some shambles people to try to get on your wall, whether it's storm surge, whether it's no mats, whether it's whatever. They just need a refresh. I love how instead of like building up, he goes into the, makes a 2x1, gets right back up into his old cone, and kind of invites this guy into him, right? He literally says, hey, you know I'm in here. I know you want me. Like, bring it. See this play? Now he's inside. back on another wall. But he has so much space to work with, and at this point, this guy's given up what he wanted. Plus getting beamed like that. Just forcing somebody to reposition once in endgame in a box fight, especially in the open like that, it's a death sentence. So the more space you own, use it wisely. Don't just sit in your one wall. I think you all should be prepared for that. The plays that you need to make when you play against psycho people, right? Especially like, oh, I'm sitting in my cone. Okay, what is the response? The proper response to somebody pickaxing my wall? No, it's not drop down and try to hold this wall. It's, let's force this guy to make a dumb play. Not that he wasn't making a dumb play already, but essentially just saying, force him to make a mistake with his dumb play. And don't forget, there's always going to be somebody when you're under Storm Surge that is going to have, you know, be getting hit by Storm Surge. There's always going to be somebody like that. If Storm Surge is active, somebody's getting hit by it, and somebody needs to get out from under it. So, like, just be ready. Most of the time you can just chill because they're nowhere near you, but hey, sometimes they're right next to you. Huh. Holy. Clean rotate. I'm gonna look at 5th zone. See how it pulled. So it just went straight north, right? So to look at, you guys can't see this. Look up in the top right now. I know it's dark, but basically this side of the zone is going to have almost nobody in it as the rotate starts because it's uncovered. So think about how half in, half out works. You can get away with stuff like Nano does a lot. Granted, this edge was mostly in zone, but you know, the direction he takes to go through here is good. Away from anybody. Ooh, I wouldn't expect people to be on that side. I'm not sure why I make that assumption. I think it's a bad assumption. The wood, the entire way over there. Look how much hard mats he still has from that one kill that he got. Solid. Back to wood again. Nice. Cool. This little thing that he did back, kind of looking, blocking, looking, and then he's like, okay, going back again. Oh, does he actually have height? Augers? Oh,
That's problem.
That's annoying. I like what he did though. The multi-layered here, we're almost there, basically. Say, I'm going for right here. And he drops down. I think that was a mistake, but still, it's like, how do I draw this? Start to ramp. and then I'm ramping from here, and then I'm ramping from here. Kind of shows, or makes it hard for somebody to really see what you're doing. Kind of obfuscating, I think. Really annoying that this guy shot him down. I don't know what he's doing. Note the simpleness of his builds. We're up to 140 FPS. We're up to a pretty decent game, but you mess up once like that, and all of a sudden your height take is screwed. Nice. Finds the RPGer and starts pressuring him. In solos you can do that, in duos it's not that easy. But you know this guy wants to RPG. About time to get down. Hasn't taken a shot the entire freaking time. Now he's out of mats. Dude. Good timing all the way around. No way. Dog. Not just spraying that tack. How did he get no mats there? Unfortunate. But the awareness not to, I think he ends up losing to Storm in another game. The awareness basically not to worry about mats too much and just go into zone, I think is key. Obviously, he whiffed that last bit, but the infamous Kanata clip. Very much so, Hydro. Very much so. It is a position of strength, but it also could have backfired if there was like not that many people actually rotating late like this. I think you can pretty much guarantee a fee, right? Coming out of Slurpee. Not only for the extra health, but also just for the fact that there's a lot of buildings that you need to refarm.
Nice.
Ooh! I also have to think what's applicable in Season 2 meta versus not. I feel like all this stuff, pretty much everything from Chapter 2 or Season 1 is going to be viable no matter what. No matter even if we come back with 1 million mobility. Alright, now it's the path. Just like last time, Storm Surge as much as possible, find the path. And it's a solid path. I just realized we didn't have any crazy zones for Dreamhack. Like the misty water zones that we had in the League Cup. It's gonna be a scary surge. Doesn't continue to get tags, I think. Actually, no, we're pretty much right on to the active spot.
Shit,
Oh my
fucking do,
god.
shit. I actually fucking do. There's no way. There's no way. Dude, holy shit. I am fucking good right now. What the fuck?
He's chilling.
Holy shit.
That was 2 straight up center half and halves in a row. Third and second. Damn, 20 people died on this half-half? That's kind of crazy. There. That's way too fast. Yeah, huh? I have to do the speed fix. Better. Oh, that guy's scuffed. Wow. We waited for a long time for that. Dude. Nano's really good at the higher connection so that he can place the floor. Oh, back. Basically drops down right here. Like he wants to go diagonal. And sure, he could build a floor and build a floor, but the way that it does it is much cheaper. I don't know if it's actually much cheaper, but it seems much cooler to me. Probably just good to have a lot of different variations on how to make your catches like that. Time and time again, he gets up off of low ground like that. Good stuff. The connections. Cross diagonally. He's a master low ground. Constantly finding these builds. Or actually not just finding them, but like dropping specifically for them. No combat mushrooms? Sad. Ooh, I like that prep. Right, you go into somebody's old box like this. It's fully edited. It's fully walls on all sides, but you place a stair and then get ready to flip if somebody wants to go in on it. I like that. I think that's really, really good. If somebody wants to cycle in, they get yellowed and then have to back off. Oh, he's... Ooh! That's kind of lucky. It's like, I'm saying the yellow stairs is good, but at the same time, there's a clear reason why it's bad. Because you're in the middle of holding something. Did he have that wall? Is that his? Or did he break through? No, he pickaxed, right? I guess seconds are gonna flip that. Ooh! Nice. When you get multi-layer away from others, like if you could place a stair like that quick, that's a quick way to stop people from spamming. Oh, that was so close to hitting. What the fuck? All right. This is Wolfie's game. I didn't look at the self RPG. Damn, bro. God, I wish there was like a way for other people besides Elite Cord members to practice Storm Surge. Not practice it, but like just experience it. We need them. At least Second Zone Surge. Second Zone Surge is like super interesting to me. Super interesting. It just adds a dynamic that not many people have to think about. The games get like smart, you know? Versus just go position, try to find best position, try to get best RNG. These ones, like, you have to think about player movements, you have to think about timings. Kind of nice. Never waits for FSA. Never. Carmen, thank you for the tier 1.
What is that bloom?
He does say that a lot, though. What is that bloom? Hey, 1 FSA tag. 2 FSA tags. Let's go, baby. Alright. This is the first time, for whatever reason, that he doesn't... Like, he doesn't go as soon as Surge is over. I'm guessing just because there's a wealth of tags, given the lake, given the amount of people that are out there. But he did farm back up a little bit in the meantime. I think it also has to do with his proximity to zone, right? He has a lot more time because of his proximity to zone. In fact, he might even just build in here. Nice. I like the way that he plays this, right? 4th zone's about to appear, and he just builds a wood base on the side, starts coning it, or starts cone peeking, and now finds the path that he wants to take. Oh. I want to touch on the like very rehearsed Storm Surge. Right, he's fishing in the background, by the way. Let's pause for a second. Like, it's very rehearsed. Every single game, it's the same thing. Let's get these tags. Let's start farming up slightly before I have to move. And let's move as soon as I'm done farming up. Over and over and over. Oh my god, he just yoinked a decent amount of mats. Not too much. I think it was like 50-50 break metal. A terrible half. Straight up garbage. Let's go to normal. The half and half rotates of a god, but I don't know. I think everybody kind of. Oh, holy shit! You just got destroyed.
I didn't go to one wall and I died, dude. Oh my god.
We've talked a lot about these types of rotates and cash cups and stuff like that. So
Block my fucking
already,
way,
yeah, being center is so valuable on this map specifically because you get so much. I guess with the rift back in season 10 it was good too, but the rivers you can get anywhere so fast. I was just thinking about like Wolfie's how he tends to push into weeping so fast. I just realized it's because the river isn't the current. And anywhere else, you're beholden to the zone in order to use the rivers. Sampa, I think it's just LAN, bro. I guess he is like this online, but LAN, you get the focus. You get that shit down. Okay, interesting. I would have expected him, based on what we saw throughout all the other games, for him to stay and get Surge. So I'm not sure if he moves here based on the fact that the zone is pretty open. Or what? Does he die to Surge this game? No chance. At least not in the early game. Not at this stage. I'm guessing he hits a snipe. It's actually pretty surprising that he doesn't get anything. But yeah, I think the reason he moved off of his Surge base so early is 100% position, like playing in this side of the map, like towards Sweaty. This wide open grassy area sucks. So if you're not in it, rotating here sucks. I mean, just look at the amount of people based up who have line of sight. Other spots, you know. Center Mountain, for example, like a whole mountain range blocks a lot of different points of views. But here, just so difficult. I can't believe how not panicked he is, man. I can't believe it. I cannot believe how clutch that was, man. To start with the freaking kill on this box fight over here. Heard the shield crack, just start spraying. Storm Surge starts ticking. 13 below. Oh my god, this is clutch. This is clutch. Why'd this guy re-peek? Oh, I guess he's surged. Yeah. Nice. Insane. Insane. If you have Surge, this isn't necessarily something that he did. I feel like obviously he did it by, you know, by himself, but if you are under Surge, obviously don't panic, but also note immediately the number of players above, right? In this case, it was like 10. The more there are, the easier it will be to get above. Less panic, right? You kind of have to make a determination on, is there going to be people that I can shoot, right? You have to think about it that way. I'm not exactly sure. Does anybody know? We need to do some real Storm Surge testing, man. Somebody like Donnie, somebody like, I don't know, man, Arcane. Somebody needs to do some serious Storm Surge testing with like 100 players and test and see how many people actually get affected by Storm Surge. Sorry, I don't. Basically, to figure out exactly how it works. Obviously, you just get swords under the threshold, but it's like so weird. Oh, he picked up a P90. Wait. Why did he drop the... Oh, because he had 13 AR ammo. There's no way he found 3 purple P90s this game. And then finds one perfectly after his surge, where he spent all his ammo. Come on, man. How fortunate is that? How fortunate is that? He's like, nah, don't want a P90. Nah, don't want a P90. Alright, I'll take a P90. Yeah, I'm chilling. Alright, let's speed up. It's all good. Alright, so he set this up from a long time ago. I wasn't listening. I was kind of zoning out. Listen how long he sets this up. He sees this guy building out like crazy. Edits down. Here's him leaving. Boxes up. Breaks the wall. Switches to shotgun immediately. He's lucky that this guy let him out and whiffed his shot. That was saved. R.I.P. Did he get shot or AR ammo? Yes. Ooh. Little endgame loadout. Man, we're getting to the point where it's like CS, right? If you make a misplay, especially with P90s, you make a misplay, you sit too long for a second, you give somebody too much opportunity, they're just killing you. Poor Andalex. Stop, bro. What are you doing? Yeah, back off. Surprised he doesn't get wide. Like the 2x1 to receive this guy. It's not something methodical that he does. Nice. Notice, guys. Notice all T1 players. All East Open players. Because there's a guy that you cracked. If zone is moving, you gotta move, bro. You gotta move. It's important that he takes his shield first before trying to get in more. I make the mistake of moving a lot before there. Because if he gets cracked, all of a sudden everything's... This is the worst moment to get cracked. Watch. This guy's gonna get sprayed. Get sprayed. No? Ah, there it is. There it is. I was so happy with the amount of nades that were in this tournament. Like nothing. I love how he sits way in the back behind his cone. It makes it really hard for people for people to sit in. I don't know. Random observation. It's like slight position in your box. All right. Drops the scar for harpoon. Definitely a good idea. Nice. Good piece. Did that guy just die? It's fish. This is where he dies with fish, no? Oh no, it's not. There's a game where he dies with a bunch of fish in his hand. What's that random pre-fire? Where is it? Interesting. 18th again. Good. Like second, third, like 38th or something like that, or 40 something, and then 18th. Good games. And this game he had what? 3 kills? Yeah, 3 kills. Good shit. 3 times 2. What happened to his harpoon? I didn't realize he dropped it. I guess he relies on just finding a harpoon off of somebody else, because he's very good at it. Or he just doesn't think it's as valuable as, obviously, a slurpfish or 2 big pots. Which I thought the consensus was it is more valuable. But I guess not. By the way, 8-game format is the way. It negates anybody getting zoned like a million times. 6 games, you can get 4 out of 6 zones, and it's just like, okay, cool. 8 games, yeah, if you get 6 out of 8, whatever, man, you're lucky. But even then, there's enough time that people have started to overcome the difference in zone RNG. More games, please. The more the better. Clean. Why though? Why though? What are people doing now? Starting to play like psychos. Get tunnel vision a little here. Normally he's marked zone. Normally he's done a bunch of different things at this point. Not this game. Nice. Oh my god, those I love these turns, man. Oh. Rip.
Oh. There's no way.
He's good, man. Here, that's actually a perfect lesson right there. Right? You got to react to what you hear around you. And the first thing that he did right here. He's like, oh, no, I'm going to duck out to the side. Great movement, by the way. Not just strafes. He literally ducks out to the side because he hears that guy. And yeah, he could have kept running and he would have ended up on the guy's stairs, but then he would have died, or one of them would have died. Same thing here. Like, possibility to go up. He gets walled off, edits down to make sure that, hey, this isn't happening at all. But he did kind of try to force himself here. What ends up killing him is he tries to force himself through, even though he definitely heard somebody coming up the stairs right there. Not really. Not really. So I'll give him the benefit of doubt. And we've clearly just seen that he's good at being able to avoid people like that. But this is what he's so good at, is avoiding situations like this. Completely avoiding situations like this.
There's no way.
You'd be surprised about the amount of random brick stuff that's not farmed. Like, how many times did whaling was a throwback, but back in the Liquid days, the Wailing Woods brick farm, always untaken, no matter what. How many times was that a thing? Because people don't actually incorporate it in their loot paths like this. And also, like, those one-offs, not necessarily used in any loot path, but definitely used in the post-rotations. He's trying to thread the needle in a lot of different aspects. Like, I think he does it more than I think anybody else I've seen. Sniper for Storm Surge. Tries to thread the needle more than others. And by what I mean by that basically is, like, when there's a gap in builds, old builds neglect, right? When they run near old builds, they're like, I don't need to build that. That's the things that he tries to go for. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Refo mode. Holy shit, this loadout. I just noticed how nuts it is. Remember when people actually used to use this peak like this? Sit behind the cone with two walls. Kind of nasty. Okay. Later, Jay. It's so funny that he was able to isolate this guy, Jay, knowing that fact that he didn't move, like, he's gonna have to move eventually. And I'll be sitting waiting for him. I went back a lot, by the way. He doesn't care at all about the rest of the map. Oh, there's two guys here. No, those guys are in. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong spot. Cool, though. I thought I was behind. Falling asleep. Arrgh. He has his whole arm to aim. What? Well, what am I watching? What just happened? Why did the guy just get triggered? What the fuck? I can't wait till everybody plays methodical with Storm Surge. I guess there will always have to be Storm Surge psychos. Desperate people. No matter what. Like, even if they play well. Or even if everybody plays well. Nice. I like that he moved forward and reset this wall. Not that crazy, but uh-oh. Crap. No. Chilling. He kind of plays around the psychos like on purpose. Like hoping that they'll come in, you know? Jesus Christ. This is impossible. It's possible. It's Nanolite. What the fuck? Did we just hear in the background? Y'all hear that? Nano's always edge. He's always on the side in these rotates. Except like fifth zone, he rotates center. Any other time, he's low ground. He's low ground edge. Always. Oh, this is this game. Feels like, I don't know. Oh, it's just hella laggy. Okay. I was like, that didn't look like his wall on the side. Pretty interesting, like how he doesn't care that it's like laggy like that. Good block. That was the kid he P90'd. Nice. Great movement, bro. It's not fast, but it just works. You know? It doesn't mess up. I felt like when he turned around here and harpooned, I was like watching the same thing from earlier.
He says, I can't hear what you're saying, by the way.
That's so nice. That was a mistake by Nanolite to go the other way. Same thing with Nano, like to come back through this. I guess you kind of had to. Time and time again, man, he doesn't really get refreshes. He doesn't really get refreshes. He just kind of lasts with what he has. Sure, he got a couple harpoons in this game that extended him drastically, but even the other ones, right? He gets like top 15 just by the mats that he has when he goes into half in, half out. Or when 6 zone starts, I should say. All right. 2 more.
Holy shit.
And then from there, it's kind of ad lib, I feel like. But like this spot in specific, the spot up on the hill, a little bit south, the spot at Christmas house, the bridge, all those different things. Like, you can plan these. I think it's probably a little bit harder from edge zone spots, but you still can. And notice the game plan doesn't change no matter what the zone is. Like, it's always, let's do this. I feel like people on edge map end up doing different things depending on different stuff, which makes sense because they kind of need a little longer to rotate. But I don't necessarily think you always need to do that. Dang, this is actually hella lucky that because he spent a lot of brick on this rotate, but he knew he was going to get into this, so makes sense. We can also talk about that for a second. Bases, switches to the mat. He knows he can refresh. Farming. All right, the rock farm, for example, like there, he switched to brick because he knows he's going to farm basically this entire hotel. I think it might. IRC. Holy shit. I did not know the server was spiking like that. Yikes. I think this is the 4th one for him. No, sorry, 3rd one. 3rd one. This is game number 7.
What the fuck?
Oh, what the fuck?
I thought you had a floor. I thought I had a floor.
He constantly makes these, like, bases where he's on top of the stairs like this. In the middle of rotating. Oh yeah, he jumped on that.
What the fuck?
That's what feels bad.
I thought you had a floor. I thought I had a floor there.
I know, right, Savage? I know. I was thinking, imagine somebody who had the ability to play like as smart and as passive as Nano, but also be able to pop off. Because like, in my mind, this is some of the best like prep we've seen in a tournament. I feel like Nano does well. Third place solely off of the back of prep and good endgame fundamentals. Like, this is full prep work. Like, practicing his drops, practicing his first and second zone rotates, and then from there, like, ja. Nano's put more hours into solo scrims than most anyone else in the past 3 months. Every NAE scrim and every NA West scrims. Yep. Oh, what? So where did... Oh, he's just yoinking it. I see. He got beamed by a controller player. That must have felt good. I like how he stays close to the ground when he extends his tarp. Instead of just staying way up. So you can't get like broken out in any funky way. Or at least it doesn't even look attractive to get broken out. Also, notice how he keeps his loot. Like he kind of shoveled it. I don't know if that was actually true or if I'm just making it up, but it seems like it makes sense. Remember that kill that he got off of in endgame, like 5th zone, as the guy started like moving up, using the old recycled, the impact, the old mats there, and Nano just hid right on top of him. It was like, later. Does Bizzle speak another language? Kind of cool. I didn't know that. Oh, he's asking if he does. No clue. Nano dies pretty early here, right? I don't actually know how he died. Let's slow down. In case he doesn't something nasty. Oh, I think we did see him choke his floppers, actually. Man, this end game of this tournament could have been more nutty if Nano doesn't choke here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yes, if Nano won this game, he could have beat Savage. 100%. I mean, obviously it depends on what Savage did, but chances were pretty good. Ouch. What the hell? How did he edit through that? I didn't even see it. Quick with it. Both Bizzle. Oh, right. We saw this. I'm tripping. So close. This could have been so much different.
No! I forgot to pop the flopper.
No way. That's actually so sad. Oh, it's so sad. That's actually so sad, bro. The sadness. The realization. Holy fuck. That is so heartbreaking. No way. That's probably killing him.
I forgot to fucking heal.
Oh. I want to cry. I want to cry so bad. Holy fuck. Regardless, let's go through the notes real quick. Jesus, man. I was Nanolite. I think basically my takeaways from this are the rehearsed drop spot, the rehearsed path, the rehearsed storm surge base. And then I really like that, but it's not super important. I think I'm going to try to implement that into my thing, which is prepping the yellowed stairs in endgame. Obviously, we've mentioned this already. This is interesting, but not that crazy. The fake height takes are pretty cool too. Oh, and yeah, the easy things, like the easy things. The double tap pickaxe for when you run through a bush, just to get that extra wood. Yeah, I think that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, do all the things on my social media. We'll be back with more content just like this. Peace.